Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with some more Touch Detective 2.5. In this episode, oh my god, it's actually a feature-length episode, as far as my videos go, because, I don't know, I didn't realise the second half of this case would take this long, but like I promised in the last episode, we're opening by asking for more details about the ghost detector, the silver glass, and I suppose it sort of retroactively confirms my suspicions that, yes, you'd have the idea to go to the antiques shop, because she said, you know, old glass is better for this sort of thing, and we got an antique lollipop, which had the emotions of the person who made it, who was a tricky asshole, and the people that he fooled or she fooled. So, we have an emotional old glass thing on a stick, and we know where to get a sacred leaf, so I'm really not feeling the commentary today. I continue to blame these headphones, but this should be the last thing I record with them before I have access to my new pair, because my father gets here on Thursday and he's bringing some headphones with him. Oh, I'm going to be busy later this week. Also, the next episode of Dream Chapter Tournament Versus is probably going to be the finale. Like, I can't promise anything, I've not edited it yet, but I'm fairly sure it's the finale. Anyway, so we have the leaf, and just wrap it in the leaf, because that's obvious. I suppose, knowing how to make the silver glass, it's obvious that you need to do that, but where are we going to find a fire? Oh, how convenient, there's one right there, that's lovely. Just toss it in like that, make a little hand gesture. How peculiar. So yeah, just pick it out by hand, because that's a brilliant idea. No, well, this gauntlet, they make a point of saying it's cold, therefore use it to grab the thing from the bonfire. It's, once again, it's sort of like the game's way of saying, oh, this atomidza wakes you up, so therefore use it to wake people up. You know, it's that same principle. Not particularly, no.
You stupid!
You can't turn up a flame that's natural. Like, this is a bonfire. How do you, like, turn down for whom, am I right? Ooh, couscous burp. Did I mention I had couscous for lunch? Like, I'm proud of myself for successfully making it. Well, that, and I think it had courgette in it, and peas, and I'm not really a fan of either. It might have been a really withered cucumber, I'm not sure, but I ate it all anyway. Partly because it's just really easy to swallow couscous without chewing it, so whatever. Now, I don't think you need to get her approbation on this thing. You can just go and find the ghosts, but I thought it was worth pointing out that she does have some extra dialogue, where, you know, you're just like, whoop, I have a lollipop detector, and she's like, yep, it's shit, but it'll do. Oh my goodness, it's Inspector Diarrhea with her hair-ass hair. And how did you know? And apparently I was mistaken, the Cornstalker does actually appear in this chapter, but only once. Like at the end of the last case, he sets it up saying, oh, see you in the next episode, like he's going to play a really prominent role, and then he just doesn't. Like, he has a grand total of 2 lines, and one of those is just a lot of laughter. But that's later. So, she doesn't want to go all the way in. Now, I was laughing a fair amount when I was playing through this the first time, like when I was recording this, because innuendos. Or more like, in your garden, O's. Am I right? Oh, come on, you just made it worse. That's a slippery one. Well, he could be me, but how would he become so short? Then again, he's one of those master of disguise types, so he could change his height at will, apparently, as he proved by disguising himself as shepherd lady and turkey-ass motherfucker. Now, this makes it seem like you need to bring an item, but nope, you can just use fungi as proof that we are indeed Mackenzie. This doesn't really prove anything, but surfing fungi. Totally not ripping off surfing Pikachu. Like, legitimately, because it's a mushroom. So, you can do this pretty much whenever after Daria turns up. Just, at some point, you need to prove to her that you're the genuine article. So, we could go in because we've just proven that we're worthy to do so, but we came here to detect ghosts, so we kind of got sidetracked by Inspector Diarrhea and her hair-ass hair. So let's just detect some ghosty goos, as they say. Which reminds me, I petitioned to rename the 3 members of Il Volo who are representing Italy at Eurovision this year. I want to rename them Spidey Poo, Ghosty Goo, and Friendzone McGee. And no one can convince me otherwise. So there are 4 ghosts in here, one on each of the lights, one on the clock over here, and then one in the vases on the table at the bottom there. And these are all, like, it's just a case of pointing at all of the ghostly parlour tricks with the ghost detector. It's, you know, it's not just arbitrary tapping around. Like, if you were exploring this blind, then you probably would have found them already. It's just a matter of using the ghost detector. Now, come on, Little Miss Eiffel 69 Sapphire, whatever. But yeah, so they may be parlour tricks, but they are operated by genuine ghosts. Here, have a look at this. Stab. Suddenly electricity. Oh no, she's a ghost. I never would have guessed. It's not like she's blue and floating and completely objects can pass through her, because that's an adjective. So, yeah, leaving. Or not. That's slightly worrisome. And does she actually only have one eye? Because I've always believed that her hair covers up her other eye, but she kind of looks like a Cyclops from this angle, now that I think about it. So, apparently they're going to make us a dead. That's kind of unfair. But how? That makes no sense. That makes no sense either. Oh well, I could use a rest. I stayed up until 5:20 the other morning. Like a couple of days ago, when I was recording the last parts of Dream Champ Tournament, because there were things that happened with recording failures and whatnot, so I was up until 5:20. But that was just the ghosts getting their revenge for us not being scared by their original scary stuff. So a bit of a logical extreme, like, oh, she wasn't scared by our haunted house ride, therefore we shall threaten her with death and see if she gets scared. But this is a weird kind of multi-layered, twisty-turny logic. Like, they camouflage themselves behind shitty tricks so that people don't think they're actual ghosts, because I suppose there is ghost prejudice, ghost racism, ghostsism, ghostshism. I'm just saying words at this point, just making like Nina Sublati and saying random words from my brain and hoping they sound profound. Oh. Shots fired. Says, why can we see your ass? Well, I mean, we can't see your ass, but we like, this is one of those times, this happens in conversation a lot when I'm talking to my friends. Like, well, I have to specify, no, I'm not saying you should die, I mean you should die. Like, I'm not going to kill you, you're going to be killed, right? I can't see your ass literally, but your ass is visible to me. Now hang on, we've heard this story before, but from a different perspective. So... curious. I suppose it makes sense, because this saves us a lot of time, because she is the girl from 100 years ago, and she's a ghost, so she fits the bill, she was there, we found her, problem solved. Case closed. Except not, because we still have another 10 minutes of case left or thereabouts. So, she got right up to the greenhouse. Somehow she could hear him through the greenhouse. I suppose because his voice was making the greenhouse resonate, I suppose she would be able to hear. Anyway, so she claims that he wouldn't have been able to see her, but he saw her. That said, remember what the windows of the greenhouse are made of. They're made of silver glass, so of course you can see ghosts through silver glass, so she was completely visible. Foolish girl. And somehow she ruined his performance by getting too close, despite being in a different room. Don't you just hate it when that happens? Now, for some reason, I thought I'd already asked what happened next, but clearly not. I mean, well, I suppose that's fortunate. She wants to apologize as well, because Americans can't spell. So, it's become pleasantly full circle. So, she wants to apologize, he wants to apologize. We can all apologize to each other, and we will just have a lovely day in the mountains of Tibet, or something. Now, there we go. That line of throwaway dialogue that I mentioned before, it's actually important, because she's not gone back to apologize to him because she can't find her way through the maze without his singing voice, and it's been 100 years, so he's been out of commission because he's run out of windy-uppy power, and so he's not been able to sing, and even if he is wound up like he is now, he won't be able to sing anyway because the greenhouse is broken, so she's not been able to find him, and so they can't patch things up because... I suppose it does beg the question, why doesn't Silver just come down here? But then again, he wouldn't know to come down here, and he wouldn't really want to leave the greenhouse anyway, because that's his musical instrument. And now she's... oh my. Mackenzie, don't act like it's strange that she's gone through the wall. You did exactly the same thing in the last case when Inspector Diarrhea turned up. Anyway, this is why we need to prove to her with the genuine article, because we're just gonna go on through to here and tell Silver what we've discovered. Because a lot of this case is just, well, a lot of this episode, rather, is just text and whatnot. But yes, we've discovered more about her. Because we've found out that, yep, she's... Colleen is a ghost, and she is the one you were looking for, because totally nobody saw that coming from the outset. And she wants to apologize her, you want to apologize her, we can just all apologize to each other. She offered to pay for a holiday to Nepal with their weird-ass flag. Totally not making this up or anything to make it sound a bit more appetizing. Did I mention that there were a couple of pigeons having sex on the roof opposite my, like literally right outside my window when I was trying to record Dream Chat Tournament Versus the other day? Because that happened. Slutty pigeons are slutty. I completely tuned out of the game at this point. But yes, Penelope and her butt hair trying to convince him, you know, sing. Anyway, yeah, she wasn't alive before, that didn't stop me before. Come to think of it, this pairing between Silver and Colleen, like, it's wrong on so many levels, because she's dead, and he's not a person. So it's like necrophilia, semi-bestiality, except not bestiality, it's puppetiality? Or something? Like, a necrophiliac cargo ship, maybe? I don't know. But it's a cute pairing, because, I mean, well, it's consensual. Anyway, he's going to sing, and we're supposed to not be listening, even though we're totally going to. And Funky's just down there giving no shits. But he's going to sing again with that weird tune. It's not awful, so there's that. Can you not? Like, can you seriously not right now? See, all he does is stand there and laugh, and he has literally one word to say. Pathetic. You dick. I take that to mean he found the homunculus, determined that because it can't sing, it's not worth anything to him, it's of no value to him, so he won't steal Silver after all because it's not worth it. And honestly, his appearance in this case is completely trivial. Like, he hyped it up at the end of case 3, like, oh, it's gonna be a big deal, I'm gonna be back next time, and like, nope. He's here for just 2 words, wahaha and pathetic. I think that applies more to his involvement in the case than it does to Silver singing. Anyway, it was enough to get Colleen here after all, so we can get her to apologize to him, and vice versa. Which reminds me, why the fuck do people say etc? It's E-T-C-E-T-E-R-A. Like, what part of that is pronounced X? You're stupid. So, yeah, both, like, you don't have to, like, you can talk to her, but you can, like, you can tap on her and then immediately say, oh, never mind, and it'll progress the story either way. Because both dialogue options, as I've just shown, lead her to saying more or less the same thing in slightly different arrangements of words, but, you know, well, you should apologize like you want to. It's not difficult, you strange girl with your reversible hair. But you just said you were going to, and you want to, and all of this. Like, Mackenzie, just tell her that he wants to see her. Never mind the fact that she wants to do the thing. Just tell her that he wants to see her, and vice versa, so everything's happy and delicious and yay. Also, were those grapes in the background there? Like, it's a bit random. So, do the thing. Just do the thing. We all want you to do the thing. Go. There we go. So compliment his ass and just be nice. And it's actually a really touching scene because you can see his reactions but you can't see him, and it's like, really? You blew it. Your blueberry ass hair. But like, I like how this is handled because you can't see how Silver's reacting. You can just sort of, you can see his general response but you can't see him. And so it makes it all more poignant that she's talking to him, and you can tell. Like, I'm surprised that he can hear her, though. Partly through the glass and partly over all my commentary. So, that was an interaction. And he's singing for her, so... It's... Like I said, it's weird, but it's not bad, and suddenly spooky.
Hold on, dude. Yeah. Oh my god.
huh. And so she went through the glass, but now she's not here. And also the glass seems to be repaired, so it totally wasn't just that she was the missing fragment of the window, like she stole her visibility from the inside of the window, and that's why it was broken. And that's a surprisingly dark line from Penelope and her butt-ass hair. But her disappearance repaired the window, so... this cutscene music is absolutely fucking gorgeous, and I will be quiet for this cutscene so you can listen to it, because I have... this is in the first game, and I loved it, and I'm gonna shut up for a bit so you can listen to it. It's beautiful, and it makes the scene all the more poignant, and he gets to sing after all, so it just makes all of this so much more meaningful. So we can hear him in tune this time because the greenhouse is fixed. So we'll hope she's listening after what's happened. She must be. I mean, she's in the window. At least that's my headcanon. Beautiful. Fungi, can you not? We're having a moment here. Wait, what? What? My headcanon is true. Well, actually, no. She may have just turned invisible, but we can see her through the window because it's silver glass. I don't know. Anyway, beautiful music is beautiful. We're at the end of the case. I think I think I'll do the extra cases in the post-game of this case in the next episode. So, anyway, there together, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. Inconsistencies, but whatever. And I will see you in whichever video of mine you happen to choose to watch next. This was touching, and it's beautiful and lovely and good. Bye. End of case.